Thank you for checking out the Engagement Tracker prototype. The intent of the Engagement Tracker is to provide a way to create awareness of how you are engaged with a particular situation and to show the range of possibilities you can create for any situation. This can be used by people who are already familiar with the levels of engagement concepts and by those for whom it is completely new. This is a prototype, and its purpose is to test concepts and user experience, so please provide feedback. The more the better. We use the word stress all the time, but what is it really? Stress is a highly evolved neurophysiologic response to a perceived threat that is designed to protect us. Importantly, the stress response can be activated in nanoseconds, which enhances our chances of survival if we happen to come upon this beast, or even this beast. We tend to think of stress as bad, but stress has benefits. In addition to protecting us, it can heighten our state of awareness and help us get things done. Think of the stress of a looming deadline and how we seem to be able to get a lot done in a short period of time. The key point is that the stress response is intended to be short-lived. When we remain in a prolonged stress response or become habituated to being in a self-protective mode, stress can take its toll on us. The physiology of stress is catabolic, meaning it uses us up in a real physical sense. It really is our perception of the situation that determines whether or not it triggers a stress response in us. This includes self-perception and our perception of others and the world around us. The mindset with which we approach life's events determines how they affect us. We can't change what happens in most cases, but we can change our perception of what happens. This starts by exploring multiple ways in which we can perceive the same situation. Why explore different options? Because here's what happens when we become habituated to a protective mindset. First, the chemicals associated with stress solidify connections in the brain that activate the brain's rapid response system, which consists of the amygdala, also known as the threat center, and the hippocampus. These connections allow the brain to compare a current situation with previous situations to make a lightning-fast determination of whether we face a threat. How is this event similar to a previous event in which I was in harm's way? This lets us react quickly to a stimulus so that we can protect ourselves if needed. To make this analysis, the brain uses a process of pattern recognition based on associative memories that are from events that happened in the past, often from our childhood or adolescence. These memories were created by a strong impression or emotional response to a situation. These built-in patterns for interacting and making sense of the world can trigger an emotional reaction without us even thinking about it. The current event resembles an associated memory, which leads to a knee-jerk reaction. We act protectively because our brain interprets the situation as a threat. Yes, we continue to make boring, self-defeating, or limiting choices in life, or curse bad luck or fate, all the while failing to recognize that we are serving old, unconscious programs. That's the story we have created about ourselves, and we continue to reinforce and keep it alive. This is how we get stuck and unable to see a way forward. One valuable way to use the engagement tracker is to explore different options when you are stressed. Think of a situation that triggers your stress response. Consider the feeling you have at that time and select the corresponding button. Let's say in this situation you are feeling angry or frustrated. Press 2 and see the characteristic thoughts, feelings, and behaviors for this level of engagement. Pick out the words that are most relatable to you in this situation. Next, press 3. And looking at the characteristics of this level, Consider what level 3 thought you could have in this situation. What feeling does that lead to, and what is the behavior that results? You can keep selecting higher levels, one at a time, and consider how you might see the same stress-inducing situation from the perspective of these different levels of engagement. You may find this to be challenging, which is completely normal. You can reach out to me to learn more about how to discover more options for yourself in a variety of situations. It can be eye-opening and feel so much better than habitually reacting with a stress response.